Okay.
Okay, everyone, we're going to get started.
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon. Welcome again to the Cuyamaca College President Open Forum. My name is Amy Gallagher from HR, and we have with us today Michael Odu. Dr. Odu will have 60 minutes, and he will be asked several questions from me as well as blue cards that you submit to me. So, are you ready?
Yes,
All
I
righty.
am.
Okay.
Yes.
Please provide us with an introduction of your background and experience that has prepared you to be the next president of Cuyamaca College.
Thank you. So, I have a prepared statement, so I'll just go through that. Okay, so good afternoon, and of course, thank you for attending this forum. I came to the United States as an immigrant from an educational background that is deeply British and grounded on biased colonial assumptions. The first college I attended was a community college, and I have stayed in the community college all through my professional life. As a student, I was forcing my family to go to college. I was an adult learner, juggling multiple jobs, including working as a custodian. So whenever you're looking for me on campus, you know where to find me. And I had to change my majors a couple of times. Today, as the Vice President of Instruction, I teach as an adjunct to stay abreast of changes in the scholarship of teaching and learning. As we walk through the pandemic, I serve as the co-advisor of Black Student Union and Phi Theta Kappa Honors, and I am a fellow at Stanford University's Educational Partnership for Globalizing the Curriculum. As such, I believe I am very, very conversant with the barriers, cultures, structures, and opportunities of a community college. What attracted me to this position, among other things, is a mixture of your history, your mission, and my own personal goals. You are located in one of the most diverse cities in the U.S. You are now serving a more diverse student population. Your achievements put you in a very unique position to be at the forefront of leading, guiding, and being at the cutting edge of academia. My strength is built on the notion that the community college of today is becoming outdated. You see, the structures upon which this system was established more than 100 years ago no longer exist. This system was not structured for people like you and I, that higher education was never designed. Yet, we continue to conduct business the same way as if all of a sudden student success retention would just increase. No, things do not happen that way. This is one point which I feel you and I come together. You see, your commitment to the success of all students, your commitment to equity guarantees its foray into changing the current landscape of this structure. And I believe I can contribute immensely to steering the community college system with Cuyamaca acting as a leader college in the right direction. A college that is ready for all students, meaning a student-ready college. We are the ones that should meet today's diverse students and employees where they are and take them to where they need to be. You see, the days of us asking if students are college ready, right? Those days are gone. As an open admission academy that accepts students from all walks of life, there is a need today for an operational model that is accessible, equitable, inclusive, welcoming in the way we conduct business. We need to shift from a transactional deficit model to a transformational model. And we also have to humanize the work we do in academia, because even a broken system is made of people. And when we talk about accessibility, One thing people tend to forget is sometimes as diverse and as open-minded as we think we are, even we forget the basic accessibility. I give you an example. Many colleges today, they offer classes in the evenings, nighttime, and you come to the campus. Guess what? Library is closed, cafeteria is closed, nobody, and you wonder what is going on. How can you retain those students as if they don't even have to eat anymore? You see, if students are indeed, which they are, the center of the work we do in academia, guess who is at the foundation of that work? Our employees. There is no literature out there today that talks about the value of employees. We've come to taking them for granted. And my basic philosophy really is, if you truly want to increase student outcomes, guess where you start? Invest in your employees. Show them some love. They are also humans, really. So, if we truly want to live to the promise of our mission, vision, and core values, we are the ones that not only should be ready for today's diverse students, but also our diverse employees. We cannot have a sustainable student support ecosystem without investing in our employees, without showing our employees some love. We cannot transform the lives of our students without transforming the lives of our employees. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, question number 2. A pivotal mission of Cuyamaca College is to advance equity and social justice. What strategies would you use to address issues of social justice and anti-racism?
You see again, it comes down to understanding the structure. It's a foundation, it's fundamental. The structure does not work anymore. This structure was designed more than 100 years ago to cater for students who do not look like you and I today. So if we want to truly dismantle that, we have to sit down as a group and ask yourself, really, who are today's students? Who are our employees? How can we meet them where they are? How can we take them to where they need to be? So that's all the basic fundamental. It's coming down to restructuring the entire system. From the way we conduct business, from the way we admit students. Simple. Orientation as an example. Orientation. We have to reimagine even how we conduct orientation. I went to the community college in 1986. I was a student at Daytona Beach Community College. Do you know we still conduct orientation the same way? And what does that mean? Put us in a room, today put everybody online, make them go through orientation for 5 hours or 6 hours. Think about that. Orientation, your first appearance in a college, will put you in front of the computer and say you are on your own. And you are forcing your family to go to college. Where's the love, I ask? But you know the beauty? We still do that today because we do it to our employees also. What type of onboarding did you receive when you started working at your college? They did the same thing to me when I came to California. Put me in front of the computer and I go through all this self-paced lesson of orientation. So no wonder the student is screwed up. So it is screwed up, and I will say that again, it is screwed up, really. So the reality is, who really are we? We have a mission. To what extent do we want to live up to the mission statement? Or is it just a window dressing statement? Unfortunately, diversity today, equity, inclusion, anti-racism, accessibility has become just a window dressing statement in a lot of colleges. And I also say that because today, a lot of colleges call themselves HSI, Hispanic Serving Institutions. Even the four-year colleges, the UCs, the CSUs, are now grabbing to get a piece of the cake, right? But after all said and done, they are only Hispanic enrolling institutions because those are Hispanic students are not being taken to the finish line. A lot of our students today are not completing what they started with us. So if we're talking about social justice, it starts with us. It starts with how we take care of our own employees. If I, as your president, cannot give you the tools you need to be successful, who dare Michael Odu ask you to do anything for our students? It's not going to work.
Thank you. Question number 3. How would you enhance teaching and learning through technology to ensure that faculty and students have access to the necessary tools and resources to support student success?
Now, again, it's all about professional development, and I love teaching. Personally, I invest in the scholarship of teaching and learning. That's why I say I still teach. You know, when I came from Florida to California in 2016, I taught online. I'm certified to teach online. I taught online for my college in Florida in 2016. I teach math. So investing in the scholarship of teaching and learning, it is our responsibility. Investing in culturally relevant teaching practices. You know, today when I give lectures, when I go to either the American Association of Community Colleges, the League for Innovation, and I do my presentation on culturally relevant teaching practices, people always say that why are we have to talk this way? Why do we have to teach this way? I say, you know, today, guess what? We are teaching based on the dominant culture. We are still teaching based on the dominant culture. And today's dominant culture is what? It's not the way the system was designed. So why are you afraid of incorporating elements of today's culture into teaching and learning? So that's number 1. Number 2, another example, ChatGPT. People are going crazy today. It's going to take all over the world. I love ChatGPT. Oh, yeah. In my class, I've posed problems with ChatGPT, got the solution, then asked my students to critique the solution. Take it to them. Don't hide it. Show them how to make it work better. And I say that last fall, more than 30% of Ivy League students completed their assessment using ChatGPT. Who are you to deny community college students that opportunity? They are not good enough? Or you're just afraid? So it's a matter of professional development, investing in current teaching practices. We all talk about pedagogy. Remember that. That is teaching kids. What about andragogy? Teaching adults. Incorporating who they are. That sense of belonging in the work that we do. So if we really want to make any movement, I think we have a long way to go. We have to start by understanding who our students are, and then do the work, whatever it takes to take them to the finish line. But again, it comes down to professional development after all said and done. And not only that, evaluating to be sure things are being done the right way. It is not just good enough to say, okay, we are going to do A, B, C. How do we know it's working? Evaluating to be sure it is done right.
Please describe a specific situation where you utilize data to inform an important decision. Include any challenges you encountered and what the outcome was.
Oh, geez, I can pick any one of them because, you know, I teach statistics, so we use data all the time to inform decisions. But let me trust my current college, Miramar College, and like every other college out there, enrollment. You know, first time in college students. We are losing about 50% of the students that come to us. In other words, they start with us the second semester. Guess what? They're gone. But back in the days, it was not an issue because back in the days, it was all butts in the seat. We didn't care about if they finished what they started or not. So knowing this, what did we do at Miramar? We reimagined how we work with students. Apart from the orientation that I talked about earlier on. So orientation now, you have 2 types of orientation. You have a general college orientation, And you have specific orientation into your academic and career pathways. So students are not just wandering around not knowing what to do anymore. And orientation into your academic and career pathways is not just 1, 2, 3, 4 hours anymore, semester long in chunks. Now you get to keep students. Last semester at Miramar College, consistently in California, most of our students, they don't come back after their first semester. Guided pathway dashboard, you can Google it up and see that colleges in California, we are losing close to 40% of our students that do not come back. At Miramar, our persistence rate from fall to spring, 72%. I can show you how to do that here. Piece of cake. CCC apply. We cracked that code beginning in the fall. When you come to San Diego Community College District with Miramar College as a pilot college or a leader college, when you are admitted to our district, we register you directly into your academic career pathway, and we start building community with you. We also have one for the undecided. And when you are undecided, you cannot be undecided for the rest of your life. No, one semester we're going to work with you and make sure you get into the right one, even if you are just experimenting with them. So this is how we have used data to inform us on who our students are, and we are able to retain our students instead of just losing them every semester.
Thank you. In your experience, what do you believe are the most significant challenges community colleges are facing building back enrollment post-pandemic? Please provide us with some examples of successful strategies you have utilized and what the outcome was.
Again, you see, enrollment is everyone's business. And in California, guided pathway is a way to build enrollment. Focusing on academic career pathway, knowing who your students are, is a way to build enrollment. Focusing on adult learners is a good way to build enrollment. Repackaging, restructuring your schedule is a great way to build enrollment. When you have students on campus, make sure you have the right services. If they are even online, make sure you have services online. Those are great ways to build enrollment. So, re-envisioning who you are, number one, who your students are, and how you conduct business is a great way to build enrollments. And another example I will give, even the way we teach too, this question was asked earlier on, even the way we teach too, is a great way to build enrollment, great way to build enrollment. So, number one, hold on to your students. If your students come back, your enrollment will be good. If you are losing 50% of your students, you can do the math game. 100 students coming the first semester, 50% of them are gone. That is 50% off. Imagine if you keep just 20 extra. Now you have 20% bump. So holding on to your students and the idea of culturally relevant teaching practices, I think that is very helpful because it creates a sense of belonging. Today, you take a look at some of us when we teach, you look at our syllabus. They are like the extension of the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that. How welcoming is that? How welcoming really are you? So you want to keep your students, show them some love. They will come. And also challenge, I say this again, challenge those for-profit colleges. Taking advantage of all these students. Whatever they are doing, do one extra. What is it that they are doing that is working? Why are our students flocking to them when some community colleges, we are cheap. Some of us are even free. And yet, we are losing students. And the ITTs in the corner are showing them love, defrauding them, taking advantage of them. I think we can learn a lot from the for-profit colleges. And at Miramar, we are experimenting with a lot. And there is no wrong answer, by the way. I'll be the first to tell you if I do anything wrong. Because no one has the answer. If anyone say to you that they have the answer, they're lying. Because if they do, enrollment will be up across the board, and all our success metrics will be up. And all colleges will be flocking, asking you, how are you making this work? But nobody is flocking to ask anybody anything today.
Thank you. Describe your experience working collaboratively with governance groups and labor leaders. Provide an example of a specific challenge you faced where there was not agreement with constituents and how you addressed it.
Now, you see, constituents group, I love working with everyone. In my current position, previous position, I make sure, at least once a month, I meet with my constituent leaders. Why? Because after all said and done, it takes a village to raise a child, including those who don't look like you. Really. So, work with everyone. We are all in this together. Aside from the fact that I grew up in a union household in Nigeria back in the days, and I was brought up to believe that only the union can protect the quality and integrity of the product. That is my fundamental. So there is a need for us to work together. Now, is it classified folks? Is it academic senate? Is it the ASC? Let's work together. That is the only way we can meet every student where they are and employees and take them to the finish line. Now, I don't have the answers to everything. And whenever I'm wrong, though, you will know where I'm coming from. You will know whatever I do, you will know why I did it. And I will always explain to you. And when it comes to idea of shared governance, participatory governance, I believe in shared governance because shared governance invites you to the table and allows you to claim ownership. And when you claim ownership, then that means we can hold you accountable. Look, I cannot always give you salary increases, but I can always make you feel that you actually truly belong. Why? There's a difference between fitting in, just putting a check mark, and actually belonging, meaning we own this together. And in my career thus far, when I work with folks, when things don't go wrong, I take the fall. I will rather put myself out there than put you and take that fall because my goal is to empower and challenge you to always take risks. Because, again, no one has the answer, but I'm willing to take the fall for it. And when you are successful, I'll be your cheerleader and I'll sing your praises. So that is how we work as a team and get things done. To the extent when we don't even disagree, we understand why we don't disagree and how we can make things work by meeting in the middle.
In your preparation for this important leadership role, what do you see as Cuyamaca College's greatest strengths and opportunities for the future?
Wow. See, Cuyamaca, greatest strength, and I say that personally for me. I've been in the U.S. since 1986, right, when I came straight to the community college system. And I will tell you this, as a person of color, I am still searching for where I belong. And Cuyamaca, wow. Yes. Cuyamaca is a place where I feel I belong. I've known about this college for a long time. I live in Chula Vista. I have folks that work here and folks that live in this area. When I'm looking for my African food, guess where I go get them? In this area, because of your diversity. So this is a place that is very diverse. This is a place where I truly believe I belong. And you have the sign around the college. And I'm telling you, really, those signs are not just for the sake of having something there. Oh, no. You actually do make people feel they belong. Now, no system is perfect. Like I said earlier on, even a broken system is made of people. So what are some of our struggles? Working with people, relationship building, classified professionals, getting them involved in the decisions that we make. From your custodian worker to the clerical assistant, they are all part of the system. The miracle of our existence as a college takes place in the classroom. However, before students get to the classroom, guess who they go through? The triage, our classified professionals. Let's include them in the work that we do. Our adjuncts, let's show them some love. Our custodian workers especially, not because I was a custodian back in my days, but really, make them feel that they are part of that system, transforming the life of students. That's what I'm talking about. So, students come to us, yet, according to the Guided Pathways dashboard, Cuyamaca College, we are losing close to 50% of our students. After the first semester, they do not come back. I will change that for you because I'm doing that at Miramar today. I will grow your enrollment, not just for the sake of growing enrollment. It will help us with our student-centered funding formula. Because what we don't have in the enrollment piece, the 70% piece of that formula, we can achieve that in the 20% in the diversity of the students that we have, and in the 10% in terms of their success rates.
Thank you. So prior to the last question that we have for you today, we have several blue cards from the audience.
Several?
Several, yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
All right. How do you balance student needs and the staff needs for flexible hours and remote work?
Oh, you see, the world of work has to change. The same way we have this new generation of diverse students, we have new generation of employees. And if we have not learned anything, COVID has taught us that we can do better. What is the exact system? What is the exact balance? I have no idea. But guess what? I do not own the college. The college is not for me. We can sit down together and come up with a system that works for every one of us. Because our mental well-being is as important as those of our students. Our physical well-being, they are as important as our students. All employees, really, we have to sit down and find that work-life balance. The same way we're trying to support our students, we also have to find a way to support our employees. Again, do I have the answer? I don't. But is there a need for remote work? Is there a need for maybe in the summer, four times like we do at Miramar or the San Diego district? There are needs for those opportunities. But what is the right balance? I don't know. But guess what? We're going to figure it out. If we truly want to progress, we have to make it work. If we don't, life is going to just leave us behind. Not only life, the world is also going to leave us behind. Is there a need for us to keep operating, functioning as a community college where folks come on campus to get things done? Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. But we can always find the middle ground. We can also create opportunities by getting the community on campus. Like I say it again, first time in college student, you cannot show them that much love by putting them in front of the computer for orientation. They need to be on campus. They need to see folks. They need to see their instructors. We need to show them that love on campus. So there is a need for campus work, but there's also a need for that balance with remote work for our physical, mental, emotional well-being.
Thank you. Next question. What experience do you have, and what are your thoughts on the importance of a successful athletics program to a community college?
Excellent. Athletics program, again, it creates opportunities for members of our community. That's what athletics does, because when you host all these events, they have to be open to members of the community. So it creates that opportunity. Now, something interesting about athletics, which a lot of colleges don't jump onto. You see, those athletes, they are like hostages on your colleges because they have to take full-time classes. Imagine if you build cohort programs around them. Simple cohort, math, English, cohort. Those will even help us with our student-centered funding formula. So, athletics, absolutely. I think it's a must. We need them. We need that encouragement. We need those limelight. And I'm an athlete myself. During my days, I played beach volleyball. I played rugby. Oh, absolutely. There is a need for it. It builds the community. It empowers us. And it makes us feel that sense of belonging is part of who we are as athletes. Yes, athletics is a must.
Thank you. Next question. What significant changes are coming down the pike which impact how community college will serve students in the future?
There are a lot of changes, and some of them I love. Apart from AB 705, which is now AB 1705, I love that. Why? Because algebra, as a math teacher, algebra is not the only pathway to the enlightened life. Really. All those students we are shoving from high school into taking algebra, most of them don't need algebra. They will do well or as well or even better in life if they take statistics, if they take finite math, if they take liberal arts math. Worst case scenario, you folks, faculty, you own the curriculum. You can develop contextualized math. And we have money now. AB 1705, the webinar was last week. The state is giving us money to create curriculum now. So we can take advantage of that. So apart from AB 1705, I love common course numbering system. Some of you may not like it. I love it. Because students of color, whom higher education was never designed for, benefits a lot from that. As much as people don't like Florida anymore because of the craziness in the politics there, one beauty I love in Florida, really, common course numbering system. Mark MAC 1105 in Florida. If you take this course, it's college algebra, by the way. If you take it in a community college, you take it at Florida State University, you take it at University of Central Florida, you take it at Miami-Dade, it transfers seamlessly. No need for any crazy articulation whatsoever. That's what common course does. Who benefits from it? A lot of our students. So which means students can now transfer seamlessly. Now, what we have to do to protect the work we do in a community college is to make sure we don't surrender to the CSU and the UCs because that's what they want. No, we're not going to surrender to them. And I have that experience, and I am in one of those work groups, and we're not going to back down. So there are a lot of changes. Requirements for ethnic studies is another one. And the ethnic studies one I love because one of those high impact practices by the American Association of Colleges and Universities is diversity and global learning. You want folks to know, one of your goals at this college is about developing citizens of the world. How can you develop citizens of the world if they are not exposed to diversity and global learning? So there are great things coming up the pipeline.
If you are chosen for this position, you will be entering a situation where the majority of your management and cabinet members will be new or in their position for a short time. What is your plan to turn what is your plan to turn these people into a cohesive group that is well integrated with the longer-term staff and faculty already in place?
Leadership is a journey. Absolutely. Leadership is a journey. And my idea of academia is this vision I have, which I call it developing a student-ready college. Because we cater to the needs of today's students, right? We accept them all from all walks of life. But we start with the employees. We start with the administrators. So that is a great challenge. While some may see it as something challenging, I see it as an opportunity. How many times do you have the opportunity of creating a system instead of just tagging along? That's what I see. Coming on board with all these new admins, wow. Now I feel so much empowered that we can now create something that will meet the needs of today's diverse students and employees. I said that is the best for me. And I look forward to that opportunity.
How do you balance advocating, supporting innovation with budget realities?
You know the value of a college by how much money they spend on innovation. I think that should be the answer to that question. Yeah, because if I am not willing to spend on innovation, then what am I doing? Because again, a lot of this innovation, they are not that expensive. The idea we did at Miramar, reimagining orientation, does it cost money? When you sat down with folks, you asked ideas. Look, we hired you because you were the best. Think about that again. We hired you because you were the best. Shouldn't I now take advantage of your background on helping us in building a system that works for everyone? Oh, I plan to do that because you are the best. And when I have a conversation with you in terms of how we can move things, I don't think it's going to cost a lot of money. Now, there are some areas that will cost money, but that is why we have grants, right? At Southwestern College, I brought in more than 7 million HSI grants, NSF grants. Miramar College, 3.2 million, we just got in last year. The money is out there. And these are not just the national grants, we also have the local ones, working with our community partners. There are a lot of local grants here that we can tap into also. So the opportunity is there. And I talked about AB 1705. The webinar from yesterday, the state is now even giving us money to design curriculum that will benefit students. So if you look deeper, I think there is money there. Yeah, a lot of them are one-time money, but I think those are just like, building blocks. And I think we can take advantage of those.
You just have 2 more blue cards.
2 more blue cards.
Okay, so what is your definition of a people-first culture? And how do you plan to build such a culture and environment at Cuyamaca College?
Oh, see, this answer did address one of my earlier points. Even a system that is broken is made of people. And we tend to forget that when we pick each other up, when we fight. It's all about people. We humans, we need to work together. A village, right? That concept of it takes a village to raise a child, including those who don't look like you. Really, it's all about people. And when I say about people, I use the phrase, I am because you are. Think about that. That's my fundamental philosophy. I am because you are. Now, take time to digest that. In other words, if you don't become, I am nothing. And imagine if we extend that. I am because you are, and you are because we are. Philosophy-wise, it becomes I am because we are. I get nothing if we are nothing. So keep that in mind. I am of no good to any one of you if I cannot give you the tools you need to do your job. That's why I have a chancellor. I don't work for her. I report to her. My goal is to bring our vision to life using the flavor of Cuyamaca. So I work for you. You have the history. You have the flavor. And I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to empower you. And after all said and done, we'll work together to bring our vision and that of the board to life. That is why we are here.
So the next question will be a little specific at this stage. However, tell us your plans to continue to integrate our unique Kumeyaay program into our community.
Unique career ed program into our community?
Kumeyaay program.
Huh?
Kumeyaay.
I did not understand that. Say it again.
Our unique Kumeyaay program into our community.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See, one thing we take for granted, and today, a lot of colleges, and I think they do the same thing, but we tend to forget the base, the origin, who we are, where we come from. This land that we take, we sit. Who are the first folks here? I am not just for a land acknowledgement statement. It's just like a diversity statement you see on the website of every college. What really are you doing to acknowledge, to respect, to bring those statements to life? Are you a good custodian of the environment? What have you learned? What are they teaching you? How are you integrating that into everything we do at the college? One way to really respect and show our ancestors that we appreciate their sacrifices, which we stole. Things we stole from them, which they have no say. Pay homage to them, show them you care, show them some love, and appreciate it, and integrate it in everything we do. So what will I do? Absolutely. I am a champion of that. And in everything that we do at the college, beyond a land acknowledgement statement, I get tired of those. I believe in reality. Land acknowledgement statement is a start, but we can do better by reaching out to our native ancestors and asking them, what can we do to work together? What can we do to uplift them? What can we do to uplift our community in the process? Okay.
Thank you. So now is your opportunity to provide some closing remarks, including any information you would like to share with us today.
Okay. I have my closing remarks. I've alluded to some of this, but I'm going to try to wrap it up all together. Okay. Over 100 years ago, folks sat down in a room like this, really, to design this experiment called the community college system, which worked back then to serve the dominant culture. And we know it's no longer working today. One big difference, though, as you take a look across this room, one big difference. Those folks back then that designed this system, all white male. Take a look at this room today. Take a look at that. We have this opportunity of designing a different system that will serve the diverse students and employees of today. Now, with the shifting demographic of our student body and employees, the ongoing effects of the pandemic, advancement in technology, and the demand for more return on investment from the citizens, there is a need for community colleges to embrace the changing global economy and develop better informed citizens of the world who are socially responsible leaders. So, we have the opportunity today to move to the next level. We can create a place where folks like you and me, for whom higher education was never designed, can feel welcome, supported, and have a sense of belonging. We can create a culture in which it takes a village to raise a child, including those who don't look like us. Indeed, we can create a place we call home, a place we belong. If you give me the opportunity to work for you, my fundamental goal as your president will be to chaperone our efforts to radically and unapologetically transform the community college system to one that caters to the needs of today's diverse students and employees as we move deeper into the 21st century. Folks, the time has come for us to live up to our educational philosophy, code of ethics, mission, vision, and values by dismantling institutional barriers, cultures, and structures that are no longer working, and provide an accessible, inclusive, and welcoming teaching, learning, and working environment for all stakeholders. I look forward to serving you in order to contribute to the fulfillment of your mission and to the advancement of my goal, becoming a student-ready college, one that caters to the needs of today's diverse students and employees, especially those for whom higher education was never designed. In solidarity. Thank you.
Thank you for your time today, Dr. Odu. So as a reminder, we have the white cards for the feedback, and you'll have until noon tomorrow, and they're in F100 if you would like to fill one out. Thank you again for your time.